Hi, welcome. This is Exponent Properties video at level 3, proficient. And we've got a problem here where it says I got z to the third power, or z cubed, and it's raised to the 1/2 power, and then we're multiplying that by z squared. And so we have to make sense of kind of what's happening here. There's a couple different things that are happening. First of all, let's look at this part right here. We're taking a power of a power. And so first thing that we're going to do is say, I'm going to use a separate example. Let's take if I took 2 to the third power and I squared it. You got to remember that what I've got here with the 2, this 2 has the base, everything that's in the parentheses. And so it tells me that I got to take 2 to the third power, which is the base, and multiply it by itself 2 times. And so then I can take 2 to the third power and 2 to the third power. Remember that when I multiply like bases, I add the exponents. So that's 2 to the 6th power. But then I think, well, what do I do with this 3 and this 2 to get that 6? I multiply them, right? So that's 2 to the 3 times 2 power. And that's what I do with the exponent. So over here, if I write down that I have z cubed, and I raise it to the 1/2 power, then I'm going to multiply by z squared. I see here that I'm going to multiply these powers. So 3 times 1/2, we'll go off to the side here and kind of show that again. If I've got 3 times 1/2, remember you've got a fraction, I can rewrite that 3 as 3 over 1, and then I just multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. So far, I've got z to the 3/2 power, because 3 times 1/2 is 3/2. And then now I've got that times z squared. And now I think, what do I do? Now I'm multiplying like bases. So just like we talked about right here, that when I multiply like bases, I add the exponents. So the rule, if I've got a to the m multiplied by, well, let's go ahead and use b. I like b because it's the base. If I got b raised to the power m times b raised to the power n, that's equal to b raised to the power m plus n. And so over here, I've got z to the 3/2 times z squared. And so I need to take 3/2, and add it to 2. Recall that 2 is the same as 2 over 1. And so I need a common denominator. 2, I'm going to multiply, the common denominator between 2 and 1 is 2, so I'm going to multiply over here by 2 over 2, basically multiplying by 1. And so that gives me 3/2 plus, and 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 2 is 2, that's 4/2. And obviously 4/2 is equal to 2. So now I've got 3/2 plus 4/2, and that gives me, now that they have a common denominator, I just add the numerators. 3 plus 4, 7/2. And so what do I get as a result? I get z raised to the 7/2 power. And that's how we would justify what we've got here.